Hello. I thought I would go over my Celtic, my four keys spread. The spread I created this spread this year, about June, I think I created it. And what I like about it is I use the Celtic Cross mostly, and I still am locked in with that because just have been doing it for so long. But I also have used the four keys, and I can see where the four keys has got a lot of potential in a different way than other spreads because of the fact that there's a common card in the four keys that's used in all aspects of the question you're looking into. The four keys looks into what, why, how, and when. I look at that with my cross too, but I like to I think it's more direct with the four keys. For one thing, with the four keys, you're using a circle in your spread instead of the cross. You can see here, I got the diagram here of the cross and the four keys. The cross is minus the center card here going across the center here. I only got 9 cards shown in this cross, but you basically get the idea of how they differ. There's 9 cards showing on each one here. A real cross has a center card going across the chariot there in the cross. But so it's 10 cards. But I think that both of these cover the same amount of aspects just as well from each other. I think they both do a good job. But I think with the four keys, the fact that they're in a circle is a big factor because it's easier to interact cards when you see them in a circle like that than when you have this more fancy type of pattern with the Celtic cross. The cross, and then you got the pillar on the side. It's almost kind of too busy until you know it like the back of your hand. It really is if you want to interact the cards with each other. And I think that's important to do when you're doing a card spread. So what I like about the four keys is the center card, the card that's in that circle, is common part of the reading for no matter what aspect you're looking into. This is really just a series of 4 3-card spreads. And that's how it's laid out. That card in the center there is common. And then you have top to bottom is what is the question itself? What are you looking at? What are we really looking at? And left to right is how are we going to get this? And then upper left to lower right is why do you want this? Why do you even want this in your life? And then upper right to lower left is when is the best time to act on moving forward with this. In other words, what has to be in place before you start moving on this. So it's a series of 4 3-card spreads with that center card being common to all 4 aspects, all those 4 3-card spreads. Now, if you wanted to take another look at this, if you threw a spread out and it was using this, if you wanted to take another look, just maybe put a slant into things, all you have to do is throw a new master card in the center there. Leave the circle the way it is and just throw another card in the center position. Now that affects all 4 of those aspects because the center card is now changed. And that allows you to sort of stay focused in a direction in some way with what you have thrown out there. But now you can put a little twist into it by just throwing over one card. And I think I think that's an advantage there too. But the fact that you're using a circle really makes it really easy to interact and see patterns in your spread that you couldn't really see that easily using something elaborate like the Celtic Cross. So the 4 keys does have some advantages. And the main reason I made it is to show how one card can be common, used in all aspects of the question. I thought that might be a nice advantage to see, something we never did before, something I haven't seen anywhere before. But I thought this could have some promise, and I think it does. I think it throws another aspect into reading, because it's something unusual for a spread to do. I never saw a spread that did that. So in some ways, I think that could show a way of seeing the reading in a different light than we ever have before. It could have potential. So the four keys: MasterCard in the center, and originally I had this set up where that center card was always a major arcana, and the surrounding circle was always a minor arcana. But that's not really even necessary to do it that way. I wanted the center card to be a major, and the only place it was a major put in, because I thought, well, this is a common card. Having it be a major would be probably a good idea. But no, I've done it with just throwing any card in there. So you could have the Six of Swords in the center there, and if it's used in the reading, it will work fine as a common card for the rest of the cards are surrounding it. But if you changed it and it came up to a major, or if you changed the major was in there and you came up with the Six of Swords, or any other minor went in there to do a second set of readings on that particular spread, it wouldn't make any difference. You can still, it still drastically changes the spread, but it allows you to stay focused pretty much where you were before. So if you were doing a spread, you threw cards down, and now you want to take another look at it, you could just throw one card in the center there over the first card that was in the center and do the whole reading over, and you'll see a whole different look just from that one card change. And I think that's a good thing. So it allows you you see the other cards, you're familiar with them already, you read them. But the four keys allows you to just change that one. You change that center card. Now you're seeing the whole thing again with a slight twist. So if you're going to interpret the Celtic Cross I got here on the right, you could look at usually the cross has two cards in the center. Right now I just have one card, the Chariot, and I don't have the 10th card in there. So the number 2 card really is what it would be. But you could just do it this way too. Or I'm going to do it just for this example. And I see that with the Ace of Wands down here to the Chariot card, I can see that this person is very enthused about moving forward on some new situation. They have some things that are unsettling right now with the Five of Cups before they can really make some major choices and major decisions with the Two of Swords. But they really do think that this is going to really help improve their life in some way with the Seven of Pentacles over here in the pillar, position 9. This is really what they think they need to make things the way they want it in their life. What they got going for them with the King of Swords over here in 5 position is they have the knowledge and experience to move forward on this. They just have to iron out and structure some things with that 4 of Cups, getting away from the 5 of Cups, going to the 4 of Cups over here, and put some predictable situation going, something structured here that's right now all depending on ironing out that 5 of Cups, making some choices with the 2 of Swords before they can really move forward. That's also shown with the 8 of Swords in the 8th position. 8s are advancement, and I see that woman tied up there. It looks like they want to advance. They can advance, but first they have to free themselves up of all this confusion that's going on with that 5 of Cups. But they have the ability to do it with that King of Swords. And once they do that, they can make the right decisions with the 2 of Swords, move forward, straighten things out with the 4 of Cups, and that'll release the bonds of the 8 of Swords. you're on the right track of things with the Seven of Pentacles, and I do see you overcoming these challenges you have with the Six of Wands up there in the 10 position, in a very good way. Once you get things set and a plan in place on what your itinerary is going to be. So that's how I see the Celtic Cross there. Now I come over here to the Four Keys. That Chariot's a common card. Top to bottom, Five of Cups to the Two of Swords is what is the question itself. What are we looking at here? A lot of confusion going on, but I know that things could really move forward. I have the potential of moving forward with things if I can just make some right decisions and see things clearer. Too much confusion right now. Again, this Five of Cups screaming at me with confusion and delay, just like the Celtic Cross. So that's the question. How are we going to attain this? 9 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock position, left to right. King of Swords, the Chariot, and the Four of Cups shows me that, yeah, okay, you got the what it takes to move forward on this. You're in a good position to do it with the King. And so you have what it takes to do it. You just have to iron out that Five of Cups in the top there with that Four of Cups. Things have to be structured. Things have to be predictable. You have to be able to depend on certain things happening. That's all up in the air right now. And that will iron itself out if you keep moving forward on things here. Why do you want this in your life? You want to overcome these challenges you have because they're irritating to you. And you think you can go really far with that Chariot card if you could just free up these bonds. You'll be able to really move forward and advance on this whole situation once you get the confusion out of the way. You have a lot of potential here. You think there's a lot of potential. That's why you want this in your life. And I'm seeing that the timing with the upper left to lower right, Seven of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands is your timing. Taking a close look at things, taking a hard look at things, planning things out, getting things down as far as your plan and your itinerary here is what's key with that Seven of Pentacles. He's looking at those pentacles like they're a map. And that's going to put a whole new light on things with that Ace of Wands when you do get the plan in place. You need a plan. You need a plan. That's when you act. When you know exactly what you want to do, how you want to do it, that's when you act. Right now, you don't know that. Too much confusion with that Five of Cups. And so basically, I'm seeing, those how I see the two spreads with the same cards. If I want to change this Four Keys in some way, it's easy to do. All I have to do is take and change that center card. I can leave the circle of cards around it right where they are. Just replace that center card, and you have a whole different look at the reading. But you're still staying focused in a lot of ways if you did two spreads with a different center card for each spread. You're still locked in some aspects because the cards are surrounding it are still the same cards. But now we're putting a twist into things with the Empress card instead of the Chariot. Just by changing that center card, all the other cards are still the same. So here now I'm seeing there's a lot of potential for growth. Here I saw it as a lot of potential for moving forward with this, a lot of potential to have something where I could really get ahead with things. I'm seeing this as growth, but I'm also seeing it as something that has to be cared for and nurtured in some way too, not just reckless abandon. I'm moving forward. So there's a little bit more care here with this. And how I iron things out here with that Five of Cups is by allowing a lot of it to take care of itself. So don't force it. With the Chariot, I'm forcing it. I have to find answers to make decisions. With the Empress card, I can say, well, just let things iron themselves out a little bit, and those decisions will come to me with the Two of Swords. I have a lot of potential here with the King of Swords as far as how to get this done. Again, letting things take care of themselves, letting things happen naturally. I could pretty much stay out of this as long as I'm watching it. I know what needs to be done with that King of Swords. And I could more supervise and just keep an eye on things and not force it as I'm forcing it with the Chariot, being more aggressive. Here, I can just sit back and keep a close eye on it and watch things basically take care of themselves. And they will. And that will take that will open up a lot more clarity with structure in the with the Four of Cups. Actually, I can see that hand with the coming from the cloud as this just coming to me effortlessly. So yeah, I don't have to take action. What do I want this in my life? I feel it's a challenge I should take with the Six of Wands. And I also feel that it would be a lot of inner growth for myself with that Empress card and free up a lot of this Eight of Swords. But that growth comes from within with the Empress card. So it's not so much changing my physical world as much as it's changing myself. Things within myself here will make things happen. When to get this done, when to take care of this, when is the right time to put this together? Mapping things out with the Seven of Pentacles in the upper left. Keep a close eye on this growth. This is growth here in the Seven of Pentacles. Things growing on the bush there, those pentacles. The Emperor's card is growth. Just sit there and watch it, but keep a close eye on it. And when that happens, you'll know the right time. As these things start to, as they're sitting there and growing, you'll know the right time to grab it. That's how I'm seeing that. So just by changing that center card, you get a whole different look. Empress versus Chariot. Well, a lot of different things you could do with spreads. You know, now that we know what we're doing, why it works, there's a lot you can do with that. Last video I did, the last YouTube, I was on the 216. 216 is a spread I did with three card combinations. And there's 216 variables on what you can do with that. Again, it's nice to be able to apply these or come up with these different ideas for spreads that were never really done before. The 216 is an essential tarot, by the way. The Four Keys isn't anything written yet, and but I've done YouTubes on it, and I think it has a lot of potential. So check it out, see what you think, try it, see what you come up with. The first time I did it, first time I was showing this, I was saying that it would be a good idea to put a major only in the center. No minors in the center. And I was also saying no majors in the circle, just minors. Now I'm looking at that and say it doesn't make any difference. You can throw any card anywhere. You don't have to find a way to separate those cards. Whatever card lays in place is the card you use, just like any other spread. So they're not isolated. What makes the spread unique is it's a common position used for all four aspects. The center card is a common position. So the Four Keys. So 22nd of December here. Happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho. Keep throwing cards. Bye.